I grew up in a motel in the hood, like the motel behind me. Not the hotel I grew up in, but similar, just in a nicer location. No gunshots, gang members, prostitution. Yeah, in a suburban, middle-class neighborhood. Not like where I grew up. And growing up in that kind of environment, it really turned me into a bit of a comedian and a writer, because I started to find that the people who lived in that motel would find joy in their life in circumstances that most of us would be like disgusted by. And that kind of hope in the midst of squalor was something that stuck with me. I'll give you a perfect example. I used to come home from school, and I lived in the motel, so I would come home, go to the parking lot, and my dad would be standing out at night, always just like looking at the motel, making sure everything is okay. And one evening we came out, and there was he was looking up just like on the second story here, and he was looking up, and there was a prostitute walking up the stairs, and there was a guy in front of her, and no one looked happy in the situation. It was kind of bleak, but it was the circumstances, and it was the reality in that area. And my dad even kind of felt bad, I could tell, but what are you going to do? We got to pay the bills, and we have taxes that we could not avoid, and that's the kind of clientele that we had to rent to. And I remember, though, my dad, he looked up at the prostitute, and as she's walking up the stairs, and he goes, "Hey, don't worry, baby. He only paid for 10 minutes." And then she started cracking up, and even the guy that was, about to procure her services started cracking up, and everyone at the property kind of started like laughing, because my dad found the light in a dark situation, and it was the kind of stuff that I would see, and it really kind of gave me an outlook to find the silver lining, because I promise you right now, many of us have it better than people who have to live in circumstances that are, just tough, and in a property like this. So don't worry about life. Don't get too bogged down. Because remember, when things are tough, he only paid for 10 minutes.